Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Unfiltered Tea Time. I definitely just forgot the title right then and there. Unfiltered Tea Time, that is brought to you by Little Dagger Aesthetics. If y'all don't already know me, my name is Michelle. I am the founder slash CEO of this beautiful company. My pronouns are she, they. And yeah, today we've got people that have all already been on episodes. We got some veterans in the house.
We
Yeah, go ahead, introduce yourself, say your fun fact and your pronouns.
Wait, am I first?
Yes, Discord
Oh,
order.
okay. Hi, my name is Mari. I'm so happy to be back. My pronouns are she, her, and I can't think of a fun fact this time.
Maybe that's your fun fact.
That's
It's
my fun fact.
the fact that you can't think of a fun fact.
Exactly.
All right. I think I'm next since Mitch already introduced herself. So, hi there. My name is Mikan. Pronouns are she, her. A quick fun fact is I prefer Halloween over Christmas.
We should all prefer Halloween over Christmas. I fucking
That's a
hate
good
Christmas.
fun fact. I agree with that fun fact.
Because my name is Noah, and I actually don't like Halloween that much. That's
Well,
my fun
gosh
fact.
diggity dang.
Yeah.
What are we
In my defense,
Sad
I do not
times.
have a big sweet tooth for candy, and I've never really enjoyed dressing up that much.
That's
Okay,
fair.
fair enough.
That's fair. I grew up like I demanded that my mother buy me a chocolate bar like at least once a week. And like I drink my sugar with like I drink my coffee. That's basically what it is. I drink sugar with a dash of coffee. So I love
That's how it be,
Halloween.
though. And
Yeah.
vanilla, beautiful.
Everyone
Yeah.
that like came to my house thought that I got the candy bowl for them. No, it was for me.
I mean, at the same time, like, it's also because I would have to take my sister out every Halloween, and she would always have way too much candy, and I would have to basically just take care of her the entire time. So it was not a good time.
Fair, fair. All right. To dive into this episode, this is the first time that we have a singular question rather than a bunch that are lined up. And please excuse me if my cat is either meowing into this podcast or I get startled by the fact that he jumped onto the couch and into my hip. Anyway, the question for today's podcast episode is, what is your perfect Sunday? So if Mari wants to start, you can go right ahead and tell us all about your perfect Sunday.
Honestly, it's very simple. I guess in terms of like setting, I definitely prefer like a nice sunny day, you know, when it's like in the early fall or something like that. That's like ideal time because um I like one of my favorite things to do is to just go on a hike
Mm.
in the middle of wherever, a forest, a field, anywhere. Yeah, it's just go on a hike with a friend or someone I love. And yeah, and then when we're done, we get food and we just have a relaxing day. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Not a
Yeah.
super long answer.
Who would you want this to be with? Like just friends, family, together?
Usually I'll go with my brother, but I would definitely love to go with friends. Yeah, I think just anyone that is happy to spend the time doing that and who can like who's like has the patience to deal with me getting sidetracked by all the nature things.
This is very wholesome. I like this a lot. I don't think I've ever gone on a single hike in my entire life. Like
Well, we have to
I
go then.
I'm very either like I'm in the gym working out high intensity, or I am on my couch and I am not getting up. So, like, a nature walk or hike to me is so foreign because I'm just too fucking lazy. But I would be down to do it with you. I would
Oh my
love to
gosh, we can go and then we can have a picnic after.
Is this a date?
Hell yeah.
Y'all heard it here. Okay, technically, no. I technically asked you out, but no. Okay, I'm gonna say we asked each other out just now. It was made into a date by both of us.
Sounds good to me.
I also just think that I said your actual name, so I'll edit that
Probably.
out. But anyway, Mikan, what's your perfect Sunday?
All right. Well, a little background on this is that right before we started this podcast 5 minutes ago, I opened a sticky note and was trying to get my thoughts together. So let me elaborate on my semi-detailed plan. Okay, so let's say like a good hour for me to wake up in the morning is like 10 a.m. And what I enjoy waking up in the morning in, like on a Sunday, so like you're kind of still doozy from Saturday, but you also have to like prep yourself for Monday. I just enjoy getting woken up by my cat bashing her head into my face. It's amazing. It's a refresher, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
And then I would just spend a solid 30 minutes just snuggling with her. Because we both need that, her fluffiness, and then she uses me for my body heat, so it works out.
Yeah.
And then for breakfast, it would be like a nice, like, Cora-esque breakfast, where it's just like a traditional, quote-unquote, traditional breakfast. But I just need like a surplus of bacon. That's my only criteria.
Yeah.
And the breakfast would be in bed, because I would be in my PJs or like a nice fuzzy onesie. And then after that, when I actually find the motivation to get out of bed, I'm just gonna like straight up go downstairs, open like Netflix or something, and I just want to watch like a childhood movie or a show just to like infuse optimism within like my veins, just because I need that on a Sunday.
Very fair.
And then for lunch, so I think I mentioned this on a previous podcast, but I like never had seafood other than shrimp, basically, and fish. And so for lunch, I want to try like a nice little fancy like piece of crab or lobster. I do not know how they work, so I'll just phrase it like that. And maybe I'll get a recommendation from you, Mitch, since I know you've had it before.
Lobster. That's not good.
Fair enough. And as a change of pace, because I think if I want like the ideal Sunday, I'm gonna have to like throw in as much as I can without like overexerting myself, I guess.
True.
So I would like to try like going to like a kind of like fitness course, whether it be like Krav Maga or like kickboxing or something like that, just for like an hour or two. I don't know. I just want to try it out. It sounds nice. Something to do to like get you pumped up for the week to come.
Yeah, no, that's very fair.
And actually, this aligned with Marie, sorry. I just wanted to go on like a nice walk somewhere I haven't been before though, so not a place that I know, with either like just by myself or with like close friends. Just because I just want to vibe with nature. I know that sounds strange.
No, we love it.
Yeah, not at all.
I like the vibe going here, but if Noah's also gonna say that he wants to go on a hike, I'm literally gonna kick myself out of my own podcast.
All right, I gotta quickly reformat everything.
But you thought about this way more than I did, Mikan.
Yeah.
Listen, I told you I had a solid like 2 minutes when I was just ferociously typing. But yeah, beyond that, I'll just have dinner with family. Oh, this I put a solid 3 stars next to it. So I'm okay with having anything for dinner, but I want like a nice rich hot chocolate with those cute little meringue animals, like they make like little piggies or dogs.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, that one. Imagine just having like coming back from all that like intensity and you're just like sitting cozy with like a little hot chocolate. Anyways.
Sounds amazing.
Wow.
It's so cute and wholesome.
Yeah. Oh my.
And yeah, the end is just
I think oh,
Mm.
sorry, Mikan just described like the perfect Sunday of just human existence.
That's fair. My conclusion was just basically going back to the top. Go back in your PJs, you kidnap your, well, in my case, my cat. Just shove us all into like a nice fuzzy blanket and then read some mangas or webtoons on my phone and just go to bed.
Mm.
And
Well, I guess that just leaves me. I have some questions
Yes.
because depending on if it's winter or summer, I have two very different.
I think you should do both, but do summer
both?
first because I like
Okay.
summer.
Well, you're not gonna be a fan of this one because it involves going not on a hike but on a bike ride. So obviously sleep in because sleeping in is amazing. Have a nice good breakfast, probably an omelet because I've been on an omelet kick lately. Then probably just go on a bike ride to go somewhere I've never been. Probably the next place because I started biking over the summer. It would probably be like in Gad or something.
Mhm.
Bike there, go on an adventure there, figure out, just play it by ear. And then grab a nice lunch somewhere. I mean, it'd be great to have someone to accompany me, someone that I, enjoy spending time with, but more often than not, it's just myself. So just go have a good time by myself. Probably go to a beach or a lake or something. Have a good time
Yeah.
there. And then come back, have a nice dinner or something. Like cook myself a nice dinner,
hmm
and probably that's about it. Just spend the day going on an adventure, to be honest.
What would you make for dinner?
Because I am not that good of a chef, either a nice steak or just a nice chicken, nice bird.
I like
Um,
that you were like, I'm not that good of a chef, so I'll make steak. Boy, I don't even know how to make steak, and I'm like
Steak
a
is
pretty good chef.
very simple. Just on the barbecue, you just slap it on, and then you just leave it for like 10, 15, not even 15 minutes, like 10 minutes, not even.
Yes. I don't know. I
Yeah.
never thought about this. I don't know. I don't cook steak almost ever. I don't trust myself to. I trust myself to like burn it or fuck it up. So if you can do
Mhm.
steak, you're a good chef.
Okay.
You gotta get yourself a barbecue.
Honestly. Where would I put it? In my apartment. I have nowhere.
Yeah, you know what? Don't worry about it. Just get it and then figure that out after.
Fair.
But for winter would probably be just a cozy day. So I would pick up a model kit, a Gunpla kit, because that is like my ultimate. If I have time to relax and I have the day off, I'll buy one, build one, throw on a movie or two, throw on like a couple blankets, make a nice cup of tea, and just spend the day building the model kit, watching my movies, and yeah, it's very simple because I can't, unlike Mikan, just go go go. I need to take it very slow. I like one big thing a day. But yeah, probably
That's fair.
go to the gym, come back, just throw on some movies, throw on some tea or hot chocolate, and build a model. So what I
Okay.
did last Sunday too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, I have another question. For your omelet, what would you put in your omelet?
If lately it's just been some turkey bacon and some veggies I have laying around, but if I'm going all out, which in this scenario, in this hypothetical, I would, it'd be, so you got your turkey bacon because that always makes it better. Some chili garlic, this chili garlic thing that I got. I don't know the actual name, but it's just chili garlic like sauce.
Sounds good.
Onions, peppers, some some bagel seasoning because that is like really good on it.
Yeah. Everything
Um,
bagel seasoning is good on literally everything. I put it
I
on
need
way
to
too
try that
much.
still.
yeah. And then obviously cheese because it's an
Yeah.
omelet. You
What
need
kind of
cheese.
cheese?
Probably cheddar.
All right,
I feel like that's a classic for omelets.
solid.
I feel like if you
Um,
said something different, Marty was gonna be like, "Excuse me."
I mean,
I mean,
I've
no,
tried
actually, because
Asiago.
I would put feta.
Ooh, feta's not bad.
Yeah.
True.
Asiago's not bad either. But you need to like Asiago
Asiago's
first
pretty
because
good.
it has a strong Asiago can be really strong sometimes.
Yeah, you want a strong cheese.
Yeah. But then you top it with some Kewpie and some ketchup, and it's good.
Yeah. All right. I have another question, and this is for Mikan. Because you mentioned Cora. What is your favorite breakfast item from Cora?
Hey, so I've been to Cora like 5 times in my life. So the one breakfast I remember, it's not a breakfast I had, but it's a breakfast like I saw, which is why it gave me that image. It's like French toast, but in like waffle form.
Okay.
And then you put like layers of waffles, and it had like whipped cream and fruits like throughout.
Ooh.
And then they just like lathered it with like maple syrup and strawberry syrup. That's all I remember.
Ooh, that reminds me of the at Father and Sons they have the Monte Cristo, which is like what I always get, which is like French toast with Swiss cheese and ham, like a sandwich. You drench it in maple syrup, and it's so good.
Well, that would give me a heart attack, but I'd die happy.
Exactly. You know what? That's the end goal, just to die happy, right? Doesn't matter
Yeah,
sooner or later,
that's true.
as long as you get there in the end.
Oh man. All right. Wow. I feel like I'm gonna take this like a not so wholesome way, and like everyone else already has.
We need balance. Don't worry about it.
That's fair. That's fair. Because my perfect Sunday would follow my perfect Saturday, and my Saturday would end in me getting home at like 5 a.m, very intoxicated. So my Sunday would start out at like 1 p.m. I'm waking up and I'm severely hungover, which like is not a good thing, but makes my Sunday perfect because then I text a friend and I'm like, I'm so fucking hungover. And they're like, hey, you know what's the perfect cure to a hangover? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, just don't stop drinking. So I'm like, okay, sure. And they're like, yeah, brunch. So I dragged my ass out of bed to go to somewhere for brunch. Ideally, if I'm talking Ottawa, it would be Vanity Room because they have bottomless mimosas and it's super fucking fancy up in there. It's like all Alice in Wonderland themed. So I head there. I drink a shit ton of mimosas and I'm just shit-faced again. But I love it because I'm eating like their pulled pork sandwich and like onion soup and their fucking tea biscuits that are really fucking good. So, you know, I leave there at like 4 p.m. and then someone's like, we should just like hang out, play games, whatever. So I have some friends over. Now that I have a Switch, we play games on the Switch. And then it's like 7 p.m. and everyone's like, hey, you know what would be really fun right now? And I'm like, what? And they're like, if we went to get drinks at like Side Door and have dinner too, because it's like a place where you share everything, right? So I would go to Side Door and I would be super fucking extra hungover because I just had a bunch of mimosas and got drunk again. But I would go to Side Door and I would get some dishes to share. And then I'd be like, let's just get like a bottle of champagne for the table. And then we would start drinking again. And then I would get home at like 11 because, I don't know, we would have dinner and drinks. And then we would just like not want to leave. We would tip well to make up for it. But I would get home by 11. And then, maybe then, because it's a Sunday, I could spend time with my significant other and just be like, let's watch a movie. Actually, not a movie. I hate movies. I don't have the attention span for them. So let's watch 2 episodes of a show. And lately, this is only because I started watching it again because I've been in a very like comfort mood or whatever. I started watching Wizards of Waverly Place again. So if this is going to happen, it's going to be 2 episodes of that. And then I'm going to drink a glass of wine and then go to bed. Cuz the next day is Monday, so I can't be up until like 5 a.m. again. But it would be very much filled with friends and mimosas because Sunday is brunch day. That is the law.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a very
That sounds great.
alcoholic Sunday there.
She has her priorities straight, you know.
I
It's
mean-
the alcohol, then the partner, you know, at the end, tucked in.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like this, okay? Monday to Thursday are like days to, do work and be a good student or employee or whatever, you do. And they're days to concentrate and get your shit together. Like Monday morning, I wake up and I'm like, ooh, it's Manic Monday. Time to do all my chores, time to like be a professional, all of that. Sometimes Tuesday gets off the schedule because it's Tequila Tuesday. Sometimes Wednesday gets off the schedule because it's Wine Wednesday. But Thursday, I'm back to it because I'm like, the weekend's coming up and I gotta be responsible while I still can. Because then Friday is just like Fireball Friday. And then Saturday is like a free-for-all, Saturday's like clubbing, raves, fucking partying, anything, all that. So like I lose my Saturday. And then Sunday I'm like, I gotta decompress with a bunch of like orange juice and champagne,
I
mean,
don't
that's
think
fair.
my liver would survive a week in your shoes. Quite honest.
What do you mean? You have Monday and Thursday to not drink.
But then there's the other 5 days.
Yeah.
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 I'm not seeing the issue here. I think these are made up problems.
Well,
Let's leave it at that.
yeah. I'm not even I have no words sometimes.
All right. I gotta ask y'all the question that I brought up before we started this call, which is, if I asked you about your perfect Sunday, like I'm not gonna say 2 years ago. I'm gonna say, how old are we? Okay, no, I'm gonna make a specific age. If I asked you what your perfect Sunday would have been when you were 14 and 18, how would your answers have changed?
Oh.
I'm trying to think what I was doing when I was 14.
Wow.
What grade are you in when you're
I
when
think
you're 14?
grade 9.
Grade 9.
Yeah, 14 is like you're
Grade 8,
starting
grade
high
9.
school. 18 is like you're leaving high school. So at the beginning and the end of high school, what would have been your perfect Sundays? Are they different from what you just answered or not too different? And we can go in Discord order again.
Okay. I think, honestly, they wouldn't be too different because I think I'd be just as happy at those ages if I just spent time outside, had some fun,
Yeah.
walked around. But I know definitely at 14, it's that age where like you and like your girlfriends, you just go to the mall and you walk around. And I did that
Yeah.
a lot. And that was like my favorite days ever at that age. So probably that at 14. 'Cause like you're just starting to like, have your own money and you're a little bit independent and you can get lunch without like your mom saying like, oh, you should be eating this or whatever. Right?
Yeah.
And then we'd go to the movies and things like that. Yeah. So that would be 14, I think.
Mm.
Yeah. 18 would probably be a lot more similar to now. Honestly, 18, I was starting university, so I probably would have just been happy not having any work to do for school.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's probably 18.
All right. Mikan, how about you?
So, as a 14-year-old, I was very extroverted amongst like my social circles.
Mm-hmm.
So, unlike the plan I told you before, where it's like a lot of like comfort vibes, as a 14-year-old, I would probably just want to go to like an arcade for a few hours, like Mary. I would want to see movies, and then what else? Ooh, they have like these forest paths that are like sort of like mazy. I know I've been through one of those before, and that was
Ooh.
exciting when I was a preteen.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, as a 14-year-old, it'd be a lot of more outdoor activity focused rather than indoor. And as a 18-year-old, like Mary said, that's when you're entering university for me as well. And when I hit 18, it's like, it was early September, so it's like right as the semester started.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, I was very optimistic about life, like very optimistic, because I haven't actually gone in university yet. So I think it would be the similar vibe as a 14-year-old, but I'd probably just be more focused on like the first week where like you're just trying to get into your courses, sit down next to a person, potentially make friendships. I'd be very like too focused on my studies to I'd kind of like forget Sunday, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how I see it.
All right. Very nice. Very nice. What about you, Noah?
Sorry, I was muted for a second. Yeah, I'm still in the process of trying to remember what I was doing and what I enjoyed when I was 14. But I think it would be going over to having a little get together with my buddies from high school who I unfortunately have lost a lot of contact with. I only talk to one anymore. But going back to one of their places and just playing games all day, whether that be, Yu-Gi-Oh! Or, on my buddy's Xbox at the time. We would go grab lunch somewhere too, all together, with no parental supervision. But yeah, I think those get-togethers made a lot of my childhood and early years, and I do quite miss them. In terms of 18, it would be any kind of day. Living at home when I was 18, my parents would want to move something around or rearrange the house or do some sort of family-oriented chore every weekend, and it would drive me insane. So anything that didn't involve that I would consider a great day, to be honest. So just spend the day playing games with my buddies online, or just having the day to myself, really, to do anything. But yeah, I think normally it would just be 18-year-old Noah who was quite the hermit. Just stay in his room, play games all day, and not be unfortunately dragged out by their parents saying, "Oh, you can just pause your online game," or yeah. I wasn't the most social in grade 12, to be honest.
No, that's fair. I feel like people like you go through very major life stages, obviously, like throughout your life, but the ones that feel the biggest are when you are becoming a teenager and when you are becoming what is legally defined as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go through like different personality changes or different, like you're changing your habits the most at those ages, that's totally fair. Like that's to be expected, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't say specifically like at least becoming legal, like as a legal adult. I think it's more, I don't know, I think it's different for everyone because I didn't come out of my shell until second year.
Yeah.
Rather than in first year where I literally stayed in my dorm room 80% of the time, and the other 10 was in class, and the other 10 was in the caf. So like I was very still the same person I was in high school.
Yeah.
But like in second year, and that's when I started like, getting involved in schmafa and meeting you and everything, right? But yeah, I think everyone has these like different stages. I don't think there's
Yeah.
any like obviously there are
Absolutely.
certain steps,
Mm.
and there's social like expectations that come with it. There's a specific term for it. I'm a psych major. I should know this. I think it's like social milestones or something along those lines. Yeah, but
Okay.
I think everyone still has their own. I want to call them character arcs. Everybody has their own time for that.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
like that.
I think I just think of it as like the legal aspect because that's like a lot of what society or just like your very own family tells you. Like I don't know if you guys had this, but like when I was about to turn like 15, my parents are very much like, legally you can work. So you're going to get a job. Like, therefore, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. And then it was the same when I turned 18, where they're like, legally, you're an adult. So you're going to start thinking about paying rent. You're going to do this, you're going to do that. And I was like, emotionally, the first time I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, I'm entering high school, that. But when it came to 18, I was very emotionally unprepared. And I was like, I am definitely not an adult. I do not feel like one, and it's going to take a very long time. But I pushed myself to like go through, honestly, like my character arc a little early. And then now that I'm 23, I am realizing that emotionally I do feel a little more like an adult now. So if it was up to me, I would have gone through probably like my, for lack of a better word, personality change now rather than then. But because like the legal aspect of life was pushed on me, I went through it then. And I went from being like pretty extroverted to like very extroverted and very outgoing and like the person that I am now, which like probably is good. I don't know. All right, I have another twist on this question, which is going to involve the future. So, scary
Ooh.
things. Say, let's say, that's so long. Let's say 10 years. I'll say 20 years, but like 20 years is a big jump. 10 years from now, early 30s, what do you think your Sunday would look like, your perfect Sunday? Would it stay the same? Would it involve by then having a family, kids, growth in that sense, professional growth? What does that look like to you?
I guess we're going in order still.
Yeah.
Honestly, again, like my answers are so boring, but like it would probably be the same thing as now, just with very likely my partner, whoever that will eventually hopefully be. And then if it's in my 30s, hopefully a family.
Yeah.
I feel like I remember as a kid we used to go on like hikes and walks a lot, and they were some of like my favorite memories, just being like the family together. So I think I'd like that, like for my own future family.
I love it. It's very wholesome. That's just the theme of today's episode, minus me.
I wouldn't consider mine wholesome, so I think we're in the same boat.
You're the middle ground.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, Mikan, what about you?
I feel like me and Mary are very much on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
We usually are.
Fair enough. But in 10 years, it would kind of, like she said, it would be the same thing for me. So just duplicate those cozy vibes. Like marry maybe a partner at the time. I don't think I'm expecting a family beyond the partner, like in my early 30s. So it would, I guess, the weekend would, I can still sleep in. Maybe that's
Yeah.
the benefit.
That sounds great.
Yeah, that and just add like a solid +3 cats and I am settled.
Yeah.
This is random, totally off topic, but like everyone like saying that they're sleeping in, I'm just like, yeah, I can't wait for that. Like I have 2 days off and I can't wait to sleep in tomorrow.
For me, this is gonna sound a little on the grim side of things, but don't think I'm getting that far. I can never think of like what's gonna happen in 10 years. It'll probably be something along the lines of I don't know, probably just taking a day to just decompress, knowing
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, other than that, I could not tell you because I didn't even think I was gonna get this far where I am now. Like in high
That's
school, I didn't
such a
think I was
mood.
like I was not expecting to like get to the point I am now. So like I can't even think of like in 10 years.
You know what would be a good idea for you?
What?
So you know the movie, I think it's like Tag on Netflix, where it's like a bunch of
Oh
friends.
yeah. Oh, I
You
love
should
that
just
movie.
Just do that with your friends. Go on a similar vibe. Recreate
Yeah.
your
It would
14-year-old
require
self.
friends to be good at physical activity.
Listen, if you're all like not good at physical activity, at least you're all on the same level.
Hey, it evens the
True.
playing field.
True. I mean, yeah, even playing field. I will say like one thing that this is very off topic, but one thing I'm very thankful for is around every Saturday or Sunday, or it's every other, me and a bunch of my a couple of my high school friends, we all do like Final Fantasy raids together, and it's like the few times that I get to interact with all of them, and it's like it's so wholesome and so sweet because I'm the only one who like moved far away, so
Mhm.
I barely get to see them. So yeah, that's our version of tag, I think.
That's nice.
Oh.
Virtual tag counts as well.
What if it's just like if you don't get to do that, like if someone misses out on it, you extend like what it is, so you just slide into their DMs and you write tag. Oh man. I high-key vibe with that so much. The whole like I didn't know I was gonna be here right now, so I don't know if I'm gonna be here in 10 years, you know.
Yeah.
27 Club's coming up.
What's 27 Club?
It's like I won't even say like an actual club. It's like the whole thing of like how a lot of famous people or like celebrities died at 27. So yeah. Google it. It's okay. No, it's morbid. I was gonna say it's funny, but like okay, it's kind of funny, but
It's
like
kind of
it's
sad.
in a morbid way. But I've continuously made the joke. I think since I turned 18, I made the joke of like I'm gonna join the 27 Club, and I feel like now there's a little bit of like I have a reputation to uphold, but also I
I'm
should probably
committed.
still pass. So if I do make it past, at this point, I don't have like I don't want kids. I've thought about it and I would like to be married by my early 30s. Like it can literally when I say early 30s, it extends to like 35 for me. So like
Yeah.
if I'm getting married at 35, whatever, like I'll hopefully have the partner that I have right now. Hopefully, unless he fucking leaves. But we would spend the day together, maybe like half of it, because then Lord knows that my current partner right now would be playing D&D. So, we'd spend the morning together, have breakfast, and then he would go play D&D. And if it was warm enough, I would be at the beach because I am very much aiming to be in BC by like the next 3 or 4 years maximum. So if I'm in BC, I'm at the beach. Like, no questions asked. Every single fucking Sunday, I am at the beach. If it's winter, I need to have a hot tub in my house, and I will be in the hot tub. Because either way, I want to be relaxed with a mimosa in my hand. Like, that theme's not going away. I'm gonna have a mimosa in my hand all the way until I die. But, like, yeah. The only thing that changes is how
You're like a
chaotic
special
it
ball
is.
for it.
Yeah. I need to get, like, a glass that's, like, specifically for the mimosa, and it's engraved or some shit.
Mitchie's mimosas.
Maybe that's my next small business idea. I'm gonna be an old woman selling mimosa glasses out of her home. But yeah. Okay. So I want to do a final question because we are pretty good on time. This is a weird twist on this question, I guess. If you could spend a Sunday anywhere in the world and all expenses are paid, you have like no limitations, but it is specifically a Sunday. I couldn't say that word. It is specifically a Sunday. And you can be anywhere in the world. You can do whatever you want, but you have to make it like Sunday themed, like, because Sunday is always seen as like a relaxation day, right? So you can't be like super wild and out. But this is anywhere in the world. Like, money is not an issue, budget is not an issue. I don't know. Like, you could be like skydiving in Europe. Do they do that in Europe? Probably. I don't know.
I think they do that everywhere. I feel like that's not a very location specific place.
True. The only location that matters is the sky, but for some reason in my head it was Europe.
I mean, I don't know about Europe, but I think everywhere in the world has sky.
I think the sky is like shared by the planet.
Yeah, I wouldn't say you want to go skydiving in China because of the pollution, right?
Fair. All right. No limitation Sunday.
I think I'll go first, so we don't.
All
I
right.
don't put Mari on the spot again
No,
for going first.
We could go bottom up.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
We'll mix it up with the mix it up question.
Exactly. So me being the weeb that I am, I would love to do like an onsen day, like the hot springs, and just spend the day in there.
That's
I know
amazing.
that there's one near Mount Everest. Or not Everest, the Mount Fiji. I think. Fuji, same thing. Not really, but the same thing. Yeah, I think spending the day in like a hot spring, and I know there's one like it's like on the mountain. Oh, I feel like that'd be so good and so chill, and it'd be just be a grand old time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you gave me a great idea, Noah. So blessings for going first.
No worries.
So on the same wavelength of being a weeb, I would like to go to Japan, and I can like add the onsen as like a bonus. So that's why I'm snatching the idea. But beyond that, I just want to get like a personal tour guide to just like bring me to like every store, every like district or whatever that just has like the best like raw manga stores, or like, you know, like a figurine store or something for like the models, like to buy like the anime DVDs, stuff like that. Like, I just want a personal tour guide to like embrace their inner weeb and just like drag me along everywhere. That is all.
I mean, that sounds great, especially the shopping. I would love to. Like, I haven't watched anime in a while. I'm slowly getting back to it, but I just want to like, I want to go back and high key into my weeb phase and then just go shopping for a bunch of anime stuff. Like, there's definitely going to be like some display case in my future home that has a bunch of anime stuff.
All right.
All
I
right,
guess
Mari.
it's me. So I'm gonna keep on the theme of doing a nature hike thing because it's like my favorite thing to do. But I would either love to do it either in the Galapagos Islands because I'm a science
Ooh.
ocean nerd, um, or yeah, and like do like some researchy things, go see the sea turtles, or in Hawaii because I've always wanted to go there since I was a child, and I still want to go there, and then I can relax on the beach after.
Yeah, that's fair. I
Somewhere near
very
the
much
ocean.
like the scientist part of this because I think that's just really cute.
Thanks.
I feel like I had like an answer in my head that was like going to be very much on the lines of like Asia/Japan, but I feel like I don't know, like maybe I'm just like too familiar with Asian stuff. Not that it's not amazing and the culture is great and the food is amazing and I miss it very much.
Good save.
Yeah. like I don't know. It's just like half my life has been growing up in Laos and being around that whole side of the world. So I think if I had no limitations, I would go to Europe because I'm like, other like different culture, but very nice for me to explore. And it would be like I would want to go to Italy and just have like really good wine and coffee and do the whole like gondola ride. Like I've seen those in like so many movies and I've just always wanted to be on a gondola. Yeah. I would high key. I would just like go visit all the places that was in like the Lizzie McGuire movie. I don't know why it's in my head right now, but that was the only movie that I ever watched that had to do anything with Lizzie McGuire, or like I never even watched the show. But I watched that movie for the first time maybe like 3 years ago, because my friends wanted to. We were having a little like throwback movie night. And I didn't care for the plot, although it was kind of sick. But I cared for the scenery and the cinematography that was in this movie, and I was just like, this whole thing is just beautiful. And like I would just want to go visit all the places that was in it, right down to like the stage that they performed on. I don't know. It seems very wholesome and cool, and I feel like I need to get the wholesome answer at least once in this podcast episode. Oh man. All right. Maybe I'll throw one in again. Another question because we have like 10
Yeah.
minutes. Okay. If you could spend this Sunday with any celebrity, famous person, historical figure, like just someone that you don't know that has made like a marker impact in the world, whether they are, passed on or still alive, who would you spend this Sunday with? And would that change any aspect of what you want to do? This is like your first answer. Would you bring them along to your perfect Sunday, or would it change because of who they are? And this can be literally anyone.
Oh my goodness, I need some time to think.
Yeah, I'm thinking too.
I can start while you both are.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we need to mention who they are? Who the person is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Do they have to be a celebrity?
No,
Or
it
just
can be
anyone? Okay.
like anyone that you don't know that has some sort of
Relevance.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay, go. Sorry, I gotta like process. I'm going like to the archives in my head.
I'm trying to debate between like famous person or historical figure right now. I can't decide.
All right, take your time to decide while Mikan tells us hers.
Okay, so to start off with the context once again, when you say famous person or celebrity, to a person who never watches like e-talk and all that stuff, so I don't know what's going on in the world, my mind immediately went to like famous person or celebrity, but in like the 2D world because that's all my brain can think of.
Fair. You know what? They don't even have to be real, my dude.
Oh my god, fictional character. You're just opening the doors for me to be more indecisive.
I'm just here. I'm open to anything. I don't want them to be someone that you actually know. Like that's the only criteria.
Okay. So if it's the fictional world, then I have hundreds of thousands. But I will pick one that I read recently, I guess.
Okay.
So there's a webtoon called Your Throne. And in that webtoon, the three main characters, and it's like a very gray, like it's not a black and white webtoon, so it's gray. But the three main characters, you have the main quote-unquote character who's portrayed more like a villainess. You have the second character who's portrayed as like the protagonist. And then you have the third character who is more like the antagonist, if I'm generalizing everything. So the person I want to meet is the protagonist of that because she's portrayed as a villainess and she owns up to it because that's how she survives type thing. And I just want to meet her and spend my Sunday with her, just like vibing and relaxing because she needs a day off from all that like, like murder plots, like royal assassination plots, all that stuff. We just need like a Sunday, like on the side of like a river or something, just chilling and eating and talking and sleeping. Voila.
I love it.
Sounds amazing.
Oh, her name's Medea. There we go.
Nice.
Mara, did you figure out or?
I did.
Okay.
I'm pretty I think I'm gonna go with Freddie Mercury just because he is one of my favorite people ever. And I feel like from what I've seen, from what I've read and everything, he just seemed like a genuinely just loving person, and he liked to have fun, and he liked to just, I don't know, just like a fun person. And I feel like we would just hang out, we would sing songs, because that's another one of my favorite things to do, is just like sit around and just sing. Yeah, it'd be just pretty chill. We'd grab some food, we'd, hang out.
What dish would you introduce Freddie Mercury to?
What dish?
Yeah. Like you said you want to get food, so what dish would you be like, here you are, sir?
I don't know. I feel like whenever we hang out, whenever I hang out with friends, we always end up going for all you can eat sushi. So I feel like that's kind of something.
True.
It's kind of a go-to when you're just hanging out.
Fair.
You pay one price and you get the whole menu.
I guess that just leaves me then. So I have a little bit of a loophole. Does it count? Does the person, if you've never met them, but can they be a relative? Because I would love to spend the day with my father's mother or my mother's mother, who both passed away way before I was born, when my parents were kids. So if not, I can pick a celebrity.
No, because you technically did not meet them, then I accept it.
All right, beauty. Then it would probably be either one of them. I think it would be probably my dad's mom, though, because my dad does not talk about his family in any sort of way, shape, or form. So, yeah. And in terms of, I would entirely change what I would do, mainly because I know for a fact that only I would enjoy doing what I like to do on a Sunday. So I would probably just do a nice lunch or a nice brunch together in, a really nice spot in the city. I have no idea where, but just a nice brunch somewhere. I think that's pretty good. Just, spend the day, brunch, walk around, just talk and learn about this important person in that I know basically nothing of other than a couple sentences.
Yeah. I mean, I like it. It's very
there's the wholesome
a loving
answer.
atmosphere, yeah.
Yeah. Try to.
Yeah, to make this fun, can y'all guess who I'm about to say?
Does their name start with an H and ends with an Alzi?
that was my second choice. No, my first one is a lot more obvious.
Oh.
Kurt Cobain?
Nope.
No.
I was gonna say your significant other.
That would have been my third choice, but my first choice is someone that whenever his name comes up, everyone thinks of me.
Oh my gosh.
Did he just release a recent rap song with Tech Nine?
Yeah.
Okay. Do people? I knew you liked him, but I didn't think
Oh no, I don't
overall?
like him. I don't like him. I love him. You have no idea. This
apparently.
is so. It's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Why didn't I think of that? I'm a terrible friend.
Yeah, I didn't. I figured it was Halsey and then Kurt Cobain and
music.
then Dwayne Johnson.
No, this is like I love Kurt, but I've only ever seen, cause he passed before we even were born,
Mm-hmm.
So it's would I like to meet him? Yeah, but I don't really have a reference for what we would even do, For Halsey, they're wonderful and amazing and all that, but also she just gave birth to a baby, so I feel like now her Sunday would be a little more family oriented, or not that once you become a mother that you're all about your child. Obviously, she has other things in her life as well, and is probably still a really fun person, but I feel like now her Sunday would be let me hang out with my kid and relax that way. And I'd be while your kid is probably one of the kids that I won't absolutely hate, I also don't want to hang out with a kid.
So what about pre-pregnancy Halsey then?
Probably tied with Dwayne, but I just
you just call him Dwayne. First name
Dwayne,
basis.
With my buddy.
Good old Dwayne.
This is I've loved The Rock since I could remember. My first ever video game experience was going over to my cousin's house and playing WWE on whatever console that they had. And I grew up without a TV, but the second I got access to a laptop or a phone or whatever, I would watch WWE. I don't give a fuck about wrestling at all, but I love him. So I would just watch it for him. I came to understand wrestling for him. And then also just he's such a wholesome person, but also kind of wilds out, he's bought his mother a house. He donates to different charities. He helps wildlife centers, but also he made a tequila that he chugged on Twitter.
Yeah, you could probably have a
tequila
good
was
drink
pretty
off with
good.
him. Yeah.
Yeah. So my Sunday wouldn't even change that much. It would literally be I'll wake up having slept in, we meet for brunch, and he would probably bring his tequila, because why wouldn't he? And we would just have mimosas and tequila, and then I would be hey, Dwayne, do you wanna go
Dwayne.
hang out? And he'd be yeah. So we just sip wine or some shit, maybe make it to the gym, because I would love to go to the gym with him. And then after he'd be like, yeah, Sundays are cheat days, so let's just order like a shit ton of food. And like, I don't know if you guys follow him at all on social media, but he'll post his cheat day meals, and they are just like pounds and pounds of like sushi and pizza and pasta and all that. And I'm like, oh shit, like yeah, I'm gonna fucking go to brunch with The Rock and then come home to have like a mukbang with him. Yeah, absolutely.
I feel
Amazing.
like if you went to the gym with him, I feel like he would break you in not the
Okay.
sexual way.
Noah, you have literally been in the video episode with me where I said I would allow him to punch me in the face.
Yes, I understand, but getting punched in the face versus working out with Dwayne Johnson is vastly different.
I would pass out and just wake myself back up to continue.
For the same reason I don't go to CrossFit with one of my friends. I would, yeah. Even if it was like...
So your friend's not Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Very true.
I'm just saying, there's no limit to what I would do for this man. Like, oh, God, I can't wait to meet him one day, hopefully, maybe, possibly.
I just imagine by some, like, one-off miracle, he listens to the podcast and he's like, all right, I'm gonna test this. Like, shave your head or something, and then we can go get food or something. Something crazy
gosh, I
like
hope I'm
that.
invited.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh
Hell yeah.
But yeah, that's the person. That's the plan. We are over by like 2 minutes, which is not a big deal. But we should wrap up, especially since like I need to go eat dinner, y'all. But before we go, add in your final comments, social media plugs, random facts you know about the world that you want to throw out there. Anything that is not obviously offensive or disrespectful, but anything. Go on.
If I had to pick a celebrity, it'd be Keanu Reeves instead of...
True.
Yeah. Follow me on social media. Get me that Twitter clout. At Noah on Twitter, but spelt in the most terrible way possible. KNOWAGH. Yeah. There's a really interesting fact that I heard about recently. And I can't remember it for the life of me. It's something like stupidly crazy. I will come back if it somehow resurfaces. But
if you tell me after we're done recording, I'll just like pop it in the
link it.
description box.
Okay. I saw it on a TikTok. Like, you know those on TikToks, the Reddit ones? They do like Reddit stories. Yeah, it was one of those. And it was like, the craziest thing. And I can't remember for the life of me. But yeah, yes. Follow me.
I don't really have socials to plug, but thank you so much, Mitch, for having us on again. It's always a lot of fun.
Of course.
Yeah. And I guess a random fact, this pertains to my work. I work with wildlife. Don't pick up swans because they will give you back problems. Okay, a bird has no business being that heavy. Okay, it's a bird.
Yeah.
Yeah, no socials on my end either. I guess a fun fact based off of Mitch's celebrity is when you said Dwayne The Rock, I didn't think you meant like during his like wrestling period, like that he's known for. I thought you were talking about like movies like he did like the Tooth Fairy.
Like Scorpion King era?
No, after Scorpion King.
Okay.
I mean, I also would be lying if I said that I just like didn't watch those. No, I've watched so many terrible movies just because he's in them. Like the more recent stuff is definitely like they're worthwhile watching. Especially actiony type stuff. If you're a sucker for action, they're not bad. But I've definitely watched like dumb movies just because he's in them.
Oh, girl, I've done that too. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I think we've all done that to an extent.
Mm-hmm. All right. If that's where we are wrapping up, I'm gonna say thank you to anyone that's listening to this. Dwayne The Rock Johnson, if you are listening, I would deadass do what Noah said. I would shave my head just to go to brunch.
I feel like you would do more than shave your head. The options are endless. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. As in, get her to do some insane, like, skydive or something crazy like that.
True. But if it is skydiving, I'm gonna need that to be paid for because I'm broke. So just like keep that in mind.
Sure.
But yeah, thank you to everyone that's listening to this. Hopefully soon I get this on Spotify. The goal is by the end of this year it will be on Spotify as well. Otherwise, follow Little Dagger Aesthetics on Instagram. Facebook page is still not done because I am bad at doing this, but it will be out soon. Like that page. And now I also have the photography extension of Little Dagger Aesthetics, which is Mitch J Photography, which I will also link into the description. Otherwise, have a great day or night whenever you're listening to this. And drink mimosas because they are good. Or water if you're that person.
Stay hydrated.
Can I say one more thing?
Yes.
Oh.
I was gonna say, if you're listening to this, please tweet, Instagram, whatever, just share it to Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah. Let's get Dwayne in here. Let's get Dwayne here for a podcast. Also, I did find the fact.
Oh,
So-
okay.
Yay.
The sound made by the Krakatoa volcanic eruption in 1883 was so loud it ruptured eardrums of people 40 miles away, traveled around the world 4 times, and clearly heard 3,000 miles away. That's like
Yes,
you standing
I
in
had
New
a
York
course
City
on these
and
things.
hearing a sound from San Francisco.
Jeez.
It's true.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right. I did like that fact.
It's like the biggest eruption in recorded history.
Yeah, that's
Damn.
wild.
All right. Well, on that note, wow, my throat almost just gave out there.
Oh,
On
no.
that note, and in the episode here, and thank you for being on it, and thank you people for listening.